do you think it is about this field that appeals to you? Is that something you've pondered? What do you come up with?
Astronomy is the only thing that just rises at least above everything else in my opinion. I think that it's so far-fetched and it's so unknown, and the whole idea of just being life on this big rock in this universe that's unbelievably large and expanding is just like incredibly captivating.
Astrophotography is photography, but astronomy related. So you're capturing things in the night sky, things in space, different targets in the night sky, but in general, if you sum it up in one word, it's just the art of capturing the universe around us, basically. I was always interested in astronomy since I was a kid, but astrophotography really came to life when I went down to the Florida Keys. It was dark skies. I'd never seen anything like that before. There were like thousands of stars in the night sky. Living, an hour from this New York City, light pollution here is not great, so a lot of the stars are covered, but that was the first time I left really had a full starry night, and it really captivated me. I found amateur astrophotography and all these different people that I looked up to in terms of what they did, and it was kind of like a rabbit hole since then. And the drive is really just because of how cool it was. I thought it was fascinating that you could take all these beautiful pictures of the night sky just from like your backyard. When I found my first reflection nebula, or I found a new reflection nebula in the night sky that had never been photographed before, and that was pretty cool since I was looking at something that no one else has ever noticed, and I ended up being able to image it. I reached out to some experts and they were able to get it not officially published, but I was able to confirm that it existed, and that led me to getting to name it. So that's pretty cool. I have something that I named that's currently in the night sky right now. I named it the Dancing Horse Nebula. Yeah, it looked like one, so. I've been doing it for almost 2 years, and I'd say, almost 2 years, and I still, every night you run into issues. Stuff won't work. And for light pollution, there's two types of imaging for astrophotography. There's broadband imaging and narrowband imaging. When you have light pollution, when you're just shooting those thin wavebands of light, you can really cut out all the light that's not coming from your target. So that includes like street lights and sulfur lamps and stuff like that. So the biggest way that people that shoot from light pollution avoid it is through shooting narrowband.
For the camera, we have a dedicated astronomy camera. It's the QHY268M. It's a monochrome camera. Inside are filters, narrowband filters, broadband filters. Narrowband is to cut through light pollution, as you were talking earlier.
One important thing to note that we lose up to 2 billion birds annually to window collisions that are directly related to light pollution. So Lights Out Connecticut was simply started, we wanted to spread that message. We first were advocating for a Lights Out bill, which actually passed the House, the Senate here in Connecticut and signed by Governor Lamont. But this only applies to state-owned buildings. Obviously, there's a lot more buildings in the state that are not owned by the state of Connecticut. So we have to continue and push for town municipal buildings and private buildings and corporations.
There are many effective ways you can mitigate light pollution, as a regular citizen. For example, having responsible outdoor lighting. You don't want backyard lights or floodlights that shine, directly into the atmosphere all night, right? You want to have preferably timed lights or motion detected lights that turn on. In general, you don't want to, have every light on your house on with all your windows open at 12 p.m. Especially during bird migration season, you're gonna, you'll harm the lives of many birds. And then you can also raise awareness. You can do outreach if you're more into astronomy. You can do talks. You can become a dark sky member. The International Dark Sky is the world's leading advocate for against light pollution, and to raise awareness and become a member, that's a huge way you can help contribute.